Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yep. What a fun night we have planned for all of you. It is indeed not only our last show of the semester, but our senior show as well. The first round of the NBA playoffs has been heated so far. The NFL draft is one sleep away, and we reflect back on some great TSTV moments together as well. All of this and much more coming up on this final spring episode of College Crossfire.
What are those? He's coming back for that 2021 MVP. He's better than Josh Allen. He's better than Nathan Infield. He's not better than Mahomes. I can't say that.
Once you miss a kick, you get kicked.
You know, bags of money or whatever, some food inside them. Okay. All right. We're gonna move on.
All right, good evening and welcome into the College Crossfire. I'm your official host, Ryan Swantkowski. We have an unbelievable show tonight for you. We have had mic problems. That's why I'm holding this mic. We've had contestants drop out. That does not matter. We're still going to have an excellent show. Before meeting our contestants here in a bit, I want to share with you that today's show is brought to you by Cap Metro, Austin's transit system. Connect you to work, school, play, and everywhere else in between. Plan to ride to this weekend's game at capmetro.org. I also want to share the rules of tonight's contest, as they're a bit different than a usual episode. We have 5 total contestants tonight, with the first 2 competing in round 1 and the next 3 competing in round 2. The contestant with the most points from the first round will move on to the final round, or the rapid fire round, where they will meet the winner of the second round as well in a head-to-head battle for the title. So, in total, there will be 3 rounds, with each round containing 3 questions. Points will be given to who I believe has the best answer, the second best answer, and so on. The third and final round, or the rapid fire round, will consist of 1 point or 0 points given out to the final 2 contestants for each answer. Whoever has the most points at the end of the third round wins. All right, and new to the game, in case there is a tied score at the end of the final round, I do have a quick bonus question to see who is crowned champion. Also, in this final rapid fire round, the contestants have not been able to see or prepare for these questions whatsoever, meaning they'll have to improvise, overcome, and just hopefully not get caught in the crossfire. All right, let's go ahead now and meet the players of tonight's first round. Introducing first, a man who seems to make an appearance on this show weekly and is 24 hours away from Caleb Williams saving his franchise, Mr. Tommy Yarsh. Tommy, I'm passing the mic. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. Caleb Williams is a welcome blessing to the city of Chicago, and we're also 24 hours away from a text from you, my friend. Shout out to Justin Guzman out there in the back. We're going golfing next week, according to you. So next Wednesday, if you want to catch us at whatever municipal golf course around the city of Austin, if you want to watch the worst round of golf in your life, go ahead and check in with us next week because we'll have it.
There you go. Great intro from our boy Tommy Yarsh. Yes, we might have to live from that, Tommy. We'll have to see. And introducing second, the man with some drip who's putting his talents in front of the camera tonight, Mr. Ronan Benford. Ronan, how are we feeling? Pass this down.
This is not drip.
Oh, it is drip. You wouldn't know anything about that. Okay, I would like to say I'm feeling absolutely amazing. Before I get in my intro, shout out to one Mrs. Samantha Pearl. She could not make it tonight, but I know she wanted to. But I would like to say thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you all for being here, especially you. And I just want to give a shout out to all the listeners. Love you guys. I raised my hand 3 times to be on this show, and every single time I was overlooked. Tyler Moss knows what I'm talking about. On the last time, one Mr. Justin Guzman told me, you're going to be on the senior show. So now I'm going to get my revenge.
Hey, Goose, you're starting off at 5 over par next week just for leaving my guy Ronan off.
All right, you're starting at 5 over par, and you got some haters out here. Good thing you're in the back room. All right, now that we have met our first contestants, let's get to firing. Question 1. The NBA playoffs have been thrilling to watch so far, as we have some newer faces going up against some old Bucks this year. Given this, what series has been the most exciting to watch so far, and what has made it so entertaining? Tommy Yarsh, we're starting with you, man.
Thank you, sir. You said new faces and older teams, right? And so with that, I think of the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Phoenix Suns. This is a series that right now is 2-0 in favor of Minnesota, and that's the younger team in this series, right? And so since they finished higher, they had the 2 first games in Minnesota. I think as this series transitions to Phoenix, things might get a little bit tougher for this young Minnesota team that has guys like Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns that are still lacking the playoff experience of guys like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker on the flip side for Phoenix. So at some point, experience is going to have to pay off in the NBA playoffs. It always does. And when you have guys like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker who have been there before, Kevin Durant is a champion. Devin Booker has been in deep playoff runs before. This is a Phoenix team that is very well-rounded and I think can make a push to maybe not necessarily even this series up at 2 apiece, but make it interesting going forward. This Minnesota team, on the other hand, is wildly inconsistent in my opinion. They started off strong these first 2 games in Minnesota. How will it go when they go on the road? That's the question. And I think Phoenix can pose a strong question for that team going forward.
Absolutely. We got lots of comments from the crowd out here tonight, so that's why we're laughing. But absolutely, I think Timberwolves Suns has definitely been an exciting one to watch so far. Let's see if that young squad in the Timberwolves can outdo the talented yet also poised and experienced team in the Suns. We'll have to find out. Ronan, we're going to you.
Thank you. For this first answer, Mr. Tommy Yarish went with new versus experienced. And what I like to see more than anything in a sequel, be it a movie or in sports, is a rematch. 2 teams that have gone against each other before, and they know what their A game is, and they know what their A game is, and they know how to respond to that. So I'm actually going to choose the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, here's the thing. This game, I would say, probably has the biggest names of any playoff matchup there is. First of all, the defending and reigning champions in the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, who have a genuine established rivalry against LeGoat, LeBron James, and one Mr. Anthony Davis. We have arguably the best defensive center in the league in Anthony Davis, trying his damnedest to guard the best player in the world, Nikola Jokic, but he hasn't had the opportunity to. I know that it might be 2-0, but the matter of the fact is that if you watch these games, excitement, it just doesn't compare, okay? Because sometimes excitement actually isn't the grittiest thing in the world. Sometimes it's not X and O's. Sometimes it is glamour. Sometimes it is the highest stakes. And let's be honest, the winner of this game, the winner of this series in the Western Conference is the one who's going to go the farthest. Minimum the Western Conference final, if not the championship itself. So I'm going Nuggets-Lakers. Anyone can win. Let's see who goes to the championship in the first round.
There we go. Quite the answer from Ronan coming out the gate firing. There we go. A little clap from Ike over there. Lakers versus Nuggets has been very exciting, very thrilling to watch, especially that game 2 kind of coming down to the wire. LeBron showing out like he does. Jokic doing his 20-10-10 thing he always does. Great series to be watching. Points have been added. And I'm not going to say them for this round, or really any of these rounds. And we're going to move over to our second question. All right. Rotating over to the NFL draft, who is one player that is not projected to get drafted in the first round that you think will be a stud in the NFL, and why so? Ronan, you're starting this one off.
I'm going to keep this short and simple. Xavier Legette has been told by multiple analysts and multiple teams he's getting chosen number 33. Okay, this man is a stud. He's an athletic marvel. As the leading wide receiver of the South Carolina team, he leads the teams in playoffs in yards after receptions. I mean, what else could you want in a wide receiver? Obviously a wide receiver after the first round. Point is, this man's going to be put on a team, and he's going to lead them, maybe not to a championship, but he's going to lead them far. He could be a championship piece on any caliber of a team that he is put on, and frankly, I think he's going to be a difference maker in this second round. He's not going to be in the top 1 through 32, but he's going to be number 3. Number 33. Sorry. He's going to be number 33. You mark my words.
All right, Legette, wide receiver coming out of South Carolina. Very talented, very poised, like you said. Will be an exciting piece to watch on whatever team he falls to. But, man, I like that. I like that pick a lot. Tommy, let's hear it.
Yeah, that explanation screamed, I don't know what I'm talking about to me, but that is a very good pick. That is a very good pick. That is a very good pick. You know, had it not been specifically to the second round, I would have also gone, like my colleague Ronan here, to a wide receiver and Luke McCaffrey. Shout out to David Bicorni, who's out in the crowd, who had a great breakdown on him the other day. But I'm going to go to the defensive backfield here on this one. Are you trying to flex the chain, or like what are you doing
that
here?
was me pulling on my collar.
Okay, well, you got a good answer. That's a good answer. But I'm going to go Mike Sainristil here from Michigan. You know, so much of the defensive backfield for Michigan this past year was surrounding Will Johnson at corner, and rightfully so. This guy is going to be a top 10 draft pick next season just because of what he's been able to do at such a young age, really since his freshman year for the Wolverines. But Mike Sainristil was so underrated in this Michigan defense that was number 1 in the country in passing yards allowed last year. You saw what fits they gave Michael Penix in the national championship game against a Washington offense that was high-flying. They've got 3 NFL receivers on that offense and an NFL quarterback on that offense, too. Mike Sainristil at slot corner was a huge part of why that Michigan defense was so dominant this season. I think that's going to translate to the NFL. You know, you don't think of slot corners necessarily as a definite land in the NFL. But when you do enter that nickel package, especially considering how NFL teams are starting to transition to more 3 wide receiver sets, it's going to be increasingly more valuable here. See, we've got a minute at 5 right here. Like, this is just Hayden right here. It's going to be increasingly more valuable to have that slot corner and be able to cover the flat, cover the tight end in those 3 wide receiver sets when they try to slip something under the middle. Mike Sainristil can do that. Shout out to my guy, Jacory, who trains him as well back in Houston.
Wow. Well, shout out to Jacory out there. Yeah, Michigan obviously loaded on the defensive side of the ball. Sainristil, one of those guys that definitely could be slept on going into the draft. Maybe could fall, I've seen, to the Texans potentially in the second round. We'll have to see. Like that pick a lot from you as well, Tommy. Great explanation there. All right, moving into our last question of this first round. It is a rapid-fire style, so anybody can start first. What is the best on or near campus restaurant to eat at here at UT, and what makes it so superior in your eyes? Who wants to go first?
I'll let you go first. No.
Okay, I'm going to go with Moody's, and here's the reason why. You know, any place that's right across the street, I know I'm getting some booze here, and I understand it. You know, it's a simple answer because it's right across the street, right? It's right across the street from this building. It's right across the street from the journalism school. It gets some bad rap because it's so close. Yeah. Moody's is the only place that I've ever dined in my life that has convinced me that these sweet potato fries are better than the regular fries. I am not a sweet potato guy. I don't eat sweet potatoes by themselves. But Moody's sweet potato fries are absolutely delicious. And so for that reason alone, it's close. It's close to home. You know, it's easy for us to get to. I take every single person who meets up with me on campus to Moody's, and I have not regretted it once. I'm going to go with Moody's here.
Okay. Not only is Moody's not the best bar around campus, that would be backlog, but it is not the best restaurant. I'm going to go in 2 different directions. I know you asked for one answer, but I'm going to be honest. I expected him to choose something like P. Terry's. That seemed up one. Mr. Tommy. Yeah, listen, but it's an Austin fast food restaurant. But I'll give you my real answer right now. You want to know an actual quality restaurant. You want to know some place where it's like, hey, you know what? Babe, we haven't gone on a date in a month. Let's go to Hopsfields, okay? It's this French location. You get the mussels if you want, and it's all you can eat, okay? It's finger-licking good, but it's also with a side of class. But hey, but you're a vegetarian. You didn't want the mussels. Let's get the pasta. Let's get the pasta instead. Listen, that's a place that you can wine and dine and actually impress someone versus, hey, let's go to a business meeting at Moody's real quick. They're all-you-can-eat Mark Tower. Oh, yeah. Well, you asked best restaurant and you chose Moody's? Best restaurant and Moody's? I'm getting wrapped up and I'm just fired up right now. Moody's is your place of choice? You have anywhere you can go in one of the greatest cities in Texas, and you chose Moody's Bar? I'm holding the mic because I'm yelling. I care about peaking this show because I've worked mics back there. I've been in the grime and grit of this show, okay, before, and I respect you, Tyler Moss.
Wow, great answers from you guys. Great explanations as well. Just great camaraderie all around, as you can see, between these two wonderful opponents. Sadly, I would love for you both to move on, but sadly, there can only be one winner between you guys. Quick drum roll for Block A winner. The winner is Tommy Yarish, just barely, and Ronan. Ronan, would you like a quick FaceTime for Ronan?
I would like a quick FaceTime. First and foremost, I would like to say that I was robbed thoroughly and absolutely. Second of all, I would like to give a shout out to everyone here, be it cast, crew, or anyone who went on camera at College Crossfire. In particular, I would like to give a shout out to the executive producer, during my tenure, Jordan Geller, and one Mr. Justin Gooseman. In particular, Justin Gooseman, one of my first friends at TSTV Sports. Shut up. One of my first friends at TSTV for Sports. Some of my best memories have happened here during College Crossfire. In particular, Robert Gonsolin having a better answer than anyone who went on air. What a coincidence, and he would let you know it. Watching Tommy watching Tommy and you host the show, I'm incredibly jealous of the ability that you guys have and the opportunity that you guys have. I want to thank you guys so much for letting me help and learn at any part of this show, be it on screen, the rare times that Justin Gooseman let me come on here, or off screen. Thank you guys so much. It has been a pleasure.
And one more quick note. Ronan Benford is not only a fantastic opponent, a fantastic person. It's been a pleasure, brother.
Ronan, we appreciate you. Everybody here at TSTV appreciates you, man. Thank you for coming on. Tommy, we'll be seeing you in the final round. That will wrap things up for tonight's first round. Don't go anywhere. College Crossfire. We'll be right back. Welcome back into College Crossfire. Let's now meet our contestants for tonight's second round. Introducing first a diehard Chargers fan that will stand by Justin Herbert with her life, a.k.a. the jersey's right behind her, Adley Tremillion. Adley, how are we feeling?
I'm feeling great. I mean, I had to bring the jersey out. I mean, you know, I'm scared for this draft. I'm really scared.
Well, hopefully your Chargers get better, and hopefully very soon, because they do not seem to be on the right trajectory, but that's okay. Thank you for being here, Edley. Introducing second, a Windy City native with some wicked college hoops knowledge and another sad Bears fan, Jason Conander. Jason, how we doing?
Happy to be here, Ryan. Thankful to thankful to be here. Thankful to be here on the senior show. Thank you.
There we go, Jason. Welcome on again. Good to see you again, brother. And interesting third, a man who's a fan of a team who we won't even mention on the show because they are talked about enough in the media already, Mr. David Picorni. David, how we doing?
Listen, I'm doing great here. I decided to be unbiased today's episode. I know I ride my team hard. You know, it's hard being from Kansas City, but not these days with sports. I didn't even bring my specific wide receiver that I can't name jersey today. So here we go. We're here to battle, and I'm ready for some great opponents here on my stage to my right.
Well, welcome, David, and welcome all three of you. Let's get right into our first question of this round. The MLB has seen some powerful teams so far to start the year, and most of these seem to be atop their division at the moment. Given all 6 division leaders, which team do you feel is the most dangerous currently in the MLB, and why do you feel this way? Edley, we're starting with you.
I'm gonna take the Atlanta Braves. Their pitching is just gets better every single game, and I mean they just have a lot of like star players, and they just literally beat like the reigning champions. I mean, and I think they're one of their like. Of course, they're a dangerous team, but like they're only like lost 6 like games. So I mean, I think the Braves they might see another World Series again.
Fair enough. Braves are indeed very dangerous. 1 through 9 on that roster, or for their hitting, it's just been phenomenal already to start the year. Braves are very, very, very good this year. We'll see how it plays out for them. Jason, I'm going to you.
Yeah, I'm going to go in the East, but in the American League side of that, I'm going to take the New York Yankees. I think the AL East is the most competitive of the 5 to 6 divisions in Major League Baseball, but I do think the Yankees have what it takes to make it through the AL East. Their starting rotation has been absolutely fantastic to this point. Carlos Rodon, Luis Gil, Nestor Cortez, they've all been absolutely fantastic. Marcus Stroman has been their best starting pitcher this season. He was a free agent signing from the Cubs. And Garrett Cole has not started a single game for them. He has been out for the first 5 weeks of the season. Hopefully he will make a return. But with the Yankees' strong rotation, their strong lineup, I think that they have a good chance to make it to the World Series this year.
Don't worry, I got it from here. So it's funny that you mentioned the Yankees. It's funny you mentioned the Yankees because I thought he said that we had to have the number 1 team, and that's currently the Baltimore Orioles, who I will be going with. The Baltimore Orioles are one of the most slept-on teams in the entire MLB, and they have 2015 Royals energy, and I love it. They just got a new owner, and that matters. That owner wants to spend all of his money. He made a huge trade to get Burns, one of the top 5 pitchers in the MLB right now, and their pitching has improved drastically. They got top 3 prospects, 3 of them in the top 3 hitting for prospects, and they are coming for your throat. The Orioles are hot, they are scary, and they are unknown. People do not know what they are going to get into when the Orioles hit the play, when they're going to hit the offseason, and they're going to hit it hard.
Fair enough. Great answers across the board. We got the Braves, the Yankees, and the Orioles. Orioles are indeed atop, I believe, the AL East. And they look dangerous. They're young, but they are indeed dangerous. Great answers from you three. We're going to head straight over to our second question. Who's in first? Yeah, it is, yes. They're neck and neck, so I'm going to give it to you both. But anyways, we're going to move over to our second question. Moving back over to the NFL draft, there seems to be a good amount of teams that may make a trade in the first round to move up, down, or anywhere else. Give me one trade prediction for the first round of the NFL draft, and who does it involve? Jason, we're going to you.
So I'm going to say that the Atlanta Falcons are going to trade up to 5 with the Los Angeles Chargers, and they're going to take the quarterback out of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy. I really do think that he is a great pick for Atlanta. I think that Kirk Cousins has, 1, maybe 2 good years left in Atlanta, and then J.J.'s going to be able to take over, and I really think for him that it's good for him to sit back for a year, learn from an experienced starter, someone who's won games in the NFL, and then J.J. will be able to take over at the age of 23, 24, ready to win a Super Bowl. And so, I think that Atlanta will trade up to number 5. The Chargers, who the hell are they going to pick? a wide receiver at number 5, that doesn't really move the needle for the franchise. And so trade down, accumulate some draft capital, and, go from there.
All right, fair enough. Was not expecting to hear the Falcons moving up to take a quarterback. That'd be J.J. McCarthy in the first round, but here we are. This is what Crossfire is all about. Well, I like that answer from you, Jason. We're going down to David on the end.
I want to defend my AFC West rival here, Edley, and say I think the Chargers getting a wide receiver would move the needle. I think they'll stay there. I think the Kansas City Chiefs here are going to do what they need to do and cement the end of the Bills franchise. They're going to trade up with the Cardinals at 27 right before the Bills like they did for Trent McDuffie. And the Bills are not going to get a wide receiver that they want. I think Adonai Mitchell is going to be there at 27. I think a good tackle could be there at 27. And either or is going to solve the Chiefs' problems. Patrick Mahomes needs a better blindside blocker. Donovan Smith was completely irreliable. Injury. He was unable to be a consistent blocker for Mahomes. And honestly, they don't even need a wide receiver anymore. People say they do, but if they get Adonai Mitchell, that is a clutch player. That is a 50-50 ball player. That is somebody who's going to make a difference for the Kansas City Chiefs. And you know what it's going to do at the same time? It's going to end the Bills franchise. They're never going to be good again. They're already in a rebuild. And you come in here, you hop them again, and it's over. Buffalo, it's a double whammy here for the Chiefs. And the Cardinals, they have nothing to lose by trading.
That's what I like to hear. All right, the Chiefs moving up just a few spots to steal a wide receiver potentially from the Buffalo Bills. I like that answer from you, David, a lot. Edley, round us off.
I think the Vikings are going to move up and trade with the Arizona Cardinals for number 4 for a quarterback. I think they would take Drake May. They need a quarterback, and I think they're slowly losing Justin Jefferson if they're just going to take another Josh Dobbs or another quarterback second quarterback around. So they need a quarterback for the franchise. We saw last season they were bouncing quarterbacks all over the place. So they need a solid quarterback. I think they're gonna move to the top 10 and get a quarterback.
I think it's a very fair explanation. I think a lot of people have assumed the Vikings could trade up for the 4, for the 5, especially with the Chargers to get that quarterback. I like that analysis a lot. We'll see how it goes. Great answers from you 3, per usual. Heading into our last question of this round, what's the best place on or near campus to hang out with your friends and maybe grab a drink? And why is it the best? David, we're going to you on the end.
Listen, this is a somber one for me because my favorite place was torn down. They wanted to build more high-rise apartments. Cain and Abel's in that original spot, they took it down. So I have to go to my Audible here, and my Audible is Victory Lap. They came in the absence of cables, and they said, listen, we're going to deliver. We're going to bring food at a cheap price. We're going to bring an open courtyard, and we're going to bring an inside bar area. And that's exactly what Cables was. It's on campus. It's close by. You can literally go across the street, and you can get hammered after you took a test that you definitely bombed. So that's why I think Victory Lap's good for us. I know you guys like to frequent Victory Lap. I like to frequent Victory Lap. Victory Lap, it's a good way. Only been here for a year, but hey, listen, just because you're young doesn't mean you're bad. I know C.J. Stroud. He's young, and I'm the most fearful, and that's the quarterback I'm afraid of the most.
Great analysis throwing Stroud in there. Victory Lap, though, absolute classic already for only being a year old. They got that new bar and grill back there on the side. Got the big screen. I like it. Great answer from you. Edley?
Grabbing a drink. Alcohol is not really my thing, so I'm going to take Lucky Lab. It's a good one. The people are nice, the workers are nice, and you can bring your dog. So every time I go to Victory Lab, there's always a dog around, and they're probably eating up something, and they have treats for dogs, too. So my go-to is a matcha because I'm not a coffee person.
Fair enough. All right, I like that answer a lot. Lucky Lab is awesome. Done homework there a bunch. Great coffee, great atmosphere, great environment. Great answer from you, Edley. Jason, run us off, man.
Give me the new Cain and Abel's. I absolutely love that place. $1 beers on Tuesday nights. Are you kidding me? I have nothing going on Wednesday nights, and so I'll take my $6 bucket of beers, and I'll go have a good time with my friends, and, Cain and Abel's is really good, and I'll tell you what, the food there is insane. Last night, I got the hot honey chicken tenders. Those were absolutely insane. Dipping them in the blue cheese and everything. So good. And so, give me Cain and Abel's.
Fair enough. I've not tried their food, but the hot honey chicken tenders sound phenomenal. My gosh. All right. Great answers across the board from all three of you, per usual. Great to have all three of you on the show, but there can only be one winner for this round. Drum roll, please. The winner of the second round is Mr. David McCorney. David gets it done on the end. He advances on. Do we have time for FaceTime for both Edley and Jason real quick? I believe we do. Edley, we're going to start with you.
Yeah, you first.
I mean, this was like the first org that took me in. I mean, I was bouncing around through orgs, seeing like what do I like, what do I don't like. And I mean, this was solid. I mean, covering games and being on this show was a great experience. I think now I know what I want to do. And it's not like reporting, but it's like being a PR for like these teams and working in athletics. So, I mean, TSTV has like brought me some opportunities and like opened my eyes. You don't need to go the reporter route to be in sports too.
Hell yeah. I mean, I've loved TSTV every step of the way. I've always known what I've wanted to do, and so it's been super cool getting to live it out with TSTV for 4 years. And I've covered some great games, met some great people. I'll never forget the experience I've made with this station. And, you know, best of luck to the next people. I know that they're going to absolutely kill it. We have some awesome talent here through the next 2, 3, 4 years, and so I'm really excited to see what they do. But as for me, I'm really thankful for the 4 years that I had here, the events that I was able to cover, and the shows that I was able to host. But you know, thank you to everyone who was able to make it possible. Matt, Samantha, Justin, everybody who was in the back room my entire time here. I appreciate you for sure. So thank you.
I'm gonna give this back to Ryan.
There you go. See you next Friday. Well, Edley, Jason, very wonderful messages. We appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's been a great, time getting to know you. There's a little bump up from our little two winners moving on. But thank you guys for coming on. We've got our final rapid fire coming up next. Stay with us. You won't want to miss it. Great stuff. Love it. Welcome back into College Crossfire. It's anyone's contest to take between these two gentlemen as we enter into the final round of tonight's show that's worth double the points. And my advice to the contestants for my last time ever, don't get caught in the crossfire. All right, let's get into our first question. Given this is the senior show and the last rapid fire of the semester, I have to start off with the question, what has been your most memorable UT sports moment you've been a part of at Texas? And what made it so great in your eyes? Tommy's hand shot up instantly. We're going to you, Tommy.
As soon as I knew it, it had to be the Sugar Bowl this past year. I was lucky enough to be able to cover it, not for TSTV, but I was able to go with some dear friends of mine at TSTV, Jason Conander, Justin Gooseman, Swank right here at the host desk, and Debony Serta. Being able to be in New Orleans there with all of them, I've known them now for 2+ years. Being able to spend what was my last football game covering Texas with them meant so much to me, considering I had started off my collegiate career covering Texas alongside them as well. It just meant the world to me. And so that's always going to hold a special place in my heart. And I'm so thankful for TSTV the last 3 years. But that memory specifically sticks out to me.
Fair enough. Wow, we're really getting the feels now. It makes me even sad. But no, obviously the game was phenomenal besides the loss, the memories, the experience. Absolutely, Tommy. Great answer to start us off. Dave, let's hear it.
So I got the great honor of working with Texas Athletics, as the SEC has now demanded that it's going to be student run. A lot of students are getting opportunities to be producers, TDs, graphics, replay, all this stuff, and it's been amazing. And with that opportunity comes, I got the honor to work graphics for the live production in-house Moody for the women's basketball game against Alabama for the March Madness game. And to say that I got to work a March Madness game, and with these lovely ladies, this team is going to be so great next year. I cannot wait to see what the Texas women are able to do in basketball next year. I really was, it's an experience I wasn't expecting to have coming in this school. I came here for football. I came here for all this stuff. And in order to come and appreciate this as my best athletics memory is really sweet. And honestly, you know, I'm going to miss, I wish I had one more year. That's all I can say, Ryan. I wish I had one more year.
Fair enough. Sounds like a great experience from you as well with the women's basketball, Bama, March Madness, and it all. Awesome experiences from you both. So happy to be able to hear those. I've marked down my points, even though that's a very challenging one to give points to. And we're going to move on to our second question. Hey, no peeking at the sheet, Mr. Tommy. I see you over there. Lots of us here at TSTV have been Texas fans for our entire lives. If you haven't been, the question still has to be asked. Who is your favorite Texas sports player of all time, and why did you pick this specific athlete? Who wants to go first? David.
You know, this one's easy for me. It really is no contest. When I was touring here before I knew what school I wanted to go to, I came to the Kansas versus Texas football game. And Jamal Charles saw my phone case, which was Kansas City Chiefs branded, and said, "Hey, come over here. I want a picture with you." And so I came over there. Well, I was going to go over there anyway. I was just deep in line already. So I got a football signed. He signed my phone case, and then he took a picture with me. And that's cool and all, until he posts on his story, "I hope you get into UT." And you know what? It's just a little thing. He didn't have to do anything about it. But he's a guy that was someone who meant so much to my Kansas City Chiefs career. He was the only good player we ever had, and for a long time. And then for him to have a connection to the university that I would end up deciding to go to, and that I was so fortunate to get into, it meant a lot to me. So it was cool. Jamal Charles, I'll forever be grateful for that. And yeah, that was a great moment.
Absolutely. Jamal Charles, absolute Kansas City Chief legend, UT legend as well. Great guy. Great pick for you. Great athlete all around. Tommy, let's go.
I will never forget my senior year of high school as I was getting ready to go into college. Everybody here knows that I grew up, born and raised in Chicago. I had never really, thought of UT as a place to go to, but ended up deciding to come here. A big reason why I came to decide why Texas was my senior year. I met a fantastic gentleman who just happens to be a Hall of Famer at this university. His name is TJ Ford. My senior year of high school, I shot photos for him, and he loved him so much that he allowed me to keep on coming back to his sessions, and he allowed me to build a relationship with him. And TJ Ford is one of the finest people that you will ever meet on the face of the planet, regardless of whether or not he's a professional athlete, Hall of Famer. He is, at his core, a good person who just happened to go to the University of Texas, who just happened to be a fantastic person. Our friendship, our relationship is something that I will forever value. I think TJ is a huge reason why I got into Texas and why I've been able to do what I've done at Texas. And so I'm just extremely beyond thankful to have TJ as a friend. And it really means a lot to say that he thank you, sir. He did that. He did that for me. He was there for me when I needed it. And, he and his academy and all the people that he's brought through there and all the people that he's helped have been fantastic friends for me as well. I'm just extremely thankful for the opportunity to know him and call him a friend of mine.
Absolutely. Wow, guys. Those are phenomenal experiences with some major high-class UT athletes. I actually know TJ myself from Houston. Little cousin trains with him. But great answer from you, TJ Ford, stand-up guy. Jamal Charles, obviously NFL legend. Great picks from you both. Points have been assigned. We move into our final question of the night. For this last question of College Crossfire for the spring of 2024, I need to know, what's been your favorite or most fun memory while here at TSTV? So in studio, back room, with your friends at wherever place, and what made it so awesome overall? So not covering games, best moment, funniest moment. It's going to be a little bit of a thinker.
There's an advantage to going second, but I'll go first because I have an answer. Listen, there was a dangerous run that I went on sophomore year to the point where I became a villain, and it kind of sucked, honestly. I had won 4 in a row, and people don't like that. Yes, so Matt came on for the Contest of Champions, and he played a character. We were doing a we were doing a classic little back and forth battle. You know, it was a normal contest of champions. All of a sudden, Matt plops right down next to me and does what Jason's doing right now, but next to me and in my ear. And every answer I'd say, he'd repeat it. He was the villain. He dressed up with a hat and a trench coat and all this stuff. You guys can go watch that episode. I lost. I lost that in the final round because I couldn't handle the pressure. I got caught in the crossfire. And that made me quit for a little bit. I was not on junior year. I was gone for a sec, but it was a great moment. Looking back on it, man, you know, that sophomore year, I was a hot shot. I was confident. I was too egotistical. And you know what? That humbled me. And Matt's off doing great things, and I'll always forever respect Matt. And that was hilarious.
What a story. I had no idea. That's a phenomenal answer. I don't know, 4-time winner, and then you got Matt over there just chirping your ear off like we got Jason doing over here for you. But that's a phenomenal answer and a great memory as well. Tommy, final answer, man.
Shout out to the guy, Matt Marinchak. I don't know if I can do this with Jason talking, man. But no, it is on. I'll say my favorite TSTV memory was being in your seat for a year last year. And I'm getting laughed at for this. But, you know, being able to be in this seat and look across 3 contestants every single week who just brought the humor, brought the fantastic analysis, and really, for me, brought across great friendships. You know, every single person in in this, I'm trying to keep it serious, but this is too funny. Every single person in this studio, in the back room, I consider a dear friend of mine, and I'm just extremely thankful to have been at that seat that you're in right now. Been there myself, exactly, and build those relationships, build those friendships with people over the course of 3 years. You know, that memory is something that I will forever cherish and forever be thankful for, to be able to sitting in that chair and to be able to host this fantastic show that I was able to do for a year.
Fair enough. Great answer from our former host that passed it down on to me. I know I'm going to miss it. I don't take it for granted. It's going to be great. It's been a great experience. Great answers from you guys in our final rapid fire of the semester. Points have been added, and there can only be one winner for the senior show of spring 2024. Drum roll, please. The winner is David Picorni. David wins the 2024 spring senior show. We're first going to start off with Tommy with a quick FaceTime, then we're going to go to the winner, David.
Couldn't have gone to a more deserving winner. I am so proud of David Picorni, my guy right here. Thank you, TSTV, for the last 3 years. It's been an absolute pleasure to be on this set. I'm so thankful for Ryan. You know, this year he's done a fantastic job. Like I said, I was in this seat a year ago, and I handpicked Ryan because I thought he was the best replacement. He lived up to my expectations and passed that. So thank you, Ryan, for that. Shout out to all the folks at TSTV. Thank you for being my family for the past 3 years. And congratulations to my guy, David Picorni, for winning this one. Well deserved.
Thank you, Tommy. You know, out-of-staters, we're kind of running this right now, aren't we? Look, my time here at TSTV has been very, you know, in and out, and I honestly regret it, you know, but I wouldn't have the opportunities that I would have had if not I started with TSTV. I started college during the pandemic and met basically no one, and my only friends were fraternity brothers, and honestly, that was not a healthy, sustainable thing. I came to TSTV Sports, and they found a home for me, a home of fellow sports enthusiasts who are just as nerdy, just as analytical, and just as rambunctious and annoying about their teams as I am with mine. Actually, honestly, I'm probably worse, but I try. This has been such a great support network, and this is quite possibly one of the best clubs if you want to actually go pursue sports. If you are not joining TSTV Sports, this is a pipeline to not only go into the new student opportunities that Texas is bringing for their athletics program, but just in general. Get reps. That's all I can advocate for you to do. If you have a passion for this, get reps. Start talking. Start being a host, like both of these gentlemen. I got to host for one episode. That was fun. But just start talking. That's all I can say. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, everybody from the studio. I know Goose is doing a great job over there. Jason has been having a great night tonight. And that's all from me. So, Ryan, do you want to take it for the last ever outro of this season?
I'll take it if I can get through it without Jason making me laugh. Tommy, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. David, congratulations. Appreciate you guys, both you, so much as well. Congrats to you again, David, and that will wrap things up for us here at TSTV tonight. Thank you to everyone who makes this show possible, from the in-studio personnel, all the people in Master Control, the audience, and our seniors here especially. For the last time, I am your host, Ryan Swantkowski, and have an awesome summer.